Hi guys, it's Josiah. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 2 of Hosanna Talk. Before I get too far into today's episode, I do just want to touch on some brief tidbits of my personal life. Last night in my youth group, we had a youth speaking in tongues event, and that was a lot of fun. We had a record turnout of 17 people. It was just a really good time. We had some Christian bands there, including the Champions of Chastity. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're one of my favorite bands. It was really cool. I had a lot of Mountain Dews and Jolly Ranchers, and I had a real tummy ache this morning. I felt like I kind of knew what it was like to be invited to a party, so that was a lot of fun. Now, today's topic is a bit of a bad word, and today's topic is sex and abstinence. So today on episode 2, we'll be delving into what mistakes to avoid for Christians and how to avoid having premarital sex. Now, as we know as young Christians, it's very important to wait until marriage, or else you will be a sinner and you will go to hell. Another interesting fact is that Jesus was not created through sex. He was artificially inseminated by the Lord, and think of how lucky that is for Mary to be chosen for that. I mean, I wish I was. I wish I could be inseminated by the Lord and be able to be that, such a pivotal part of the Bible like that. But once you're married, though, I think a lot of people and young Christians wonder about what can and can't we do? What is sanctioned by the Bible? And I would say pretty much anything that is alternative or different besides just the traditional one man and one woman is wrong and should be not practiced at all. And a lot of people ask about other partners in the relationship, and there's no need for that, because when you're married, you're already in a three-way relationship, and that is with God as well, and every night when you make love, you are doing so in a bed lined with faith. So if the spiritual reasons weren't enough to dissuade you from having sex, I do want to talk about some of the actual physical dangers, and some of the statistics I found very fascinating. I did not know before I started making this video. It's very interesting that 100% of pregnancies are actually caused by sex, 100% of sexually transmitted diseases are through sex, and 100% of abortions are the result of sex. So those are all things you have to take into account when you decide to take that leap and disobey the Lord. Now, a lot of Christians ask, well, what are some ideas for meeting other people that want to remain abstinent? And it's very important that you meet those people. And a great site I found is Christian Mingle. I really like this site. It's just a real hoot. I've met a lot of great people on there, and I've heard it's a great spot, especially for young Christians to meet others. But once you actually go on a date, some ideas that are fun Christian activities that will help you avoid the sex are, for example, you can go to brunch. You want to be able to choosy about where you go, because brunch is a common spot for the gays. You can protest a tattoo parlor, let's say. I just did that on a date a few months ago. We threw things at them and let them know they were, condemned for branding themselves, and that was a real fun time. And, if you are feeling tempted at any point during the date to take it to the next level, sexually, I think it's very important that you begin to film that and document it, and then that way I can review the tape by myself the next day and to see how far those transgressions went, and I'll watch it at home at night and to see, did they go too far for the Lord, and I'll be able to check out the details of that. A real quick don't, though, I just want to throw in for dating is a lot of people romantically talk about looking at the stars, and I would recommend not doing that. The stars will evoke thoughts of science and the Big Bang Theory, and those things are very evil, and you should avoid those. And I do want to mention just quickly, the stars were put there by the Lord, much like dinosaur bones, to test your faith and to believe that the world really isn't just a few thousand years old. I hope you enjoyed my video and learned something today about abstinence and my Christian beliefs, and I want to leave you with one thought. Next time you're thinking of taking the next step, think about hellfire. Think about your skin bubbling, your skin melting, being prodded with a cattle prod by Satan himself, and then see how horny you are. Thanks for watching Hosanna, and I hope to see you next week.